Listen, Thursday night, MC, Facebook Live, 265. That's how many of these we've done. In Search of Awesome Sauce. I found some really cool awesome sauce for you tonight. Actually, Kevin Lane blew in my ear and said, you got to talk to Jayde Sawyer because her story is absolutely amazing. It's very real. That's why I wanted her come on, because she's very just so if you Googled real salon, grassroots, at the epicenter, her salon would come on, and of course is the Willow, but she's got another handle, and I'll let her tell you about that on Instagram. But she's cracked the code. I think and she said that she was in a D geographic location. Randy Kunkel talks a lot about this. We'll call this less desirable, but she cracked the code. She understands digital. She understands Google. She understands social media. She's going to chat about, she was on social media before there was social media, and learn some things. And so it's paying off for her. Comes from very, very meager background. And so I think you're going to really love all the stuff that she has to say. You can see that she's small. I would call it the grow small model. One of my favorite models. But she's growing right along. Sales 2021 at 161. And but look at what she's doing. When you really took her salon referral and her salon new percentage, her ratio is way, way high because of what she's doing online. Running at 20% RTS, rebook 70%, Google page one. I mean, Jayde the Hair Lady, I think is her handle on Instagram. We'll take you there so that you can see how cool it is. She's going to tell you her story, so I don't want to take anything away from the story. But the timeline is, and look at inside of under 1,000 square feet, she's got 5 people, and now she also has hired number 6. So it's just a classic story. Opens up in 2019, was on the struggle bus for many moons, 03 to 215. The big bang, the big OMG happened in 2015 with Summit, launches Summit in 2019, and then the rest is history. I would follow her on the Willow Organic Salon, and then I'm going to get her talking about. You're going to want to follow her on Jayde the Hair Lady. I think it's called. I could be wrong. She'll tell you about it. She just told me about it before we went live. It's so cool. Because you're going to want to be DMing her and hanging out with her. She's just got some really cool stuff going on in her life. So she's in my green room now. I'm going to go get her, and then we'll get her talking about her story and some of her secret sauce. So let's go get Miss Jayde. Let's see, we'll put this away. Bring her up, have her go full screen, unmute Jayde, and make her feel welcome, you guys. Hi, Jayde. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming in and spending a few minutes with us tonight. I just really been looking forward to our conversation.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Did you work today?
I did. It was a busy day.
Well, I'm real eager I want to start with your story because there's some amazing aspects to it. And then we'll get into the business a little bit and how your secret sauce. So get us started. Who are you and how did you get into the business and how did you get to where you're at now?
Well, honestly, I thought I was going to be a hairstylist. I was going to go to hair school and then work my way through college, but I fell in love with being a hairstylist. So, and I had very supportive parents who wanted me to at least go to trade school. It was great. But then when I graduated, it was it's a struggle to get clients. Nobody really tells you how to get clients. And I worked my butt off, but still lived in poverty. I had 2 jobs for the first 10 years of my career. I didn't realize I was in poverty, but my house went into foreclosure at one point. But I was able to salvage that, and here I am now, a Summit Salon. My big aha moment was when my rep from State Beauty Supply, Stewart, took me to see Randy Kunkel. And
He's on tonight too, by the way.
hey, Randy, you changed my life. And I just knew from that point forward, I needed to learn more. I needed to hear more of what Randy had to say and what Summit had to offer.
And you said you had an interesting piece to when you went to the summit that you were so impoverished. Tell us about what that was like for you.
So I went to this big summit in Tampa in 2015. The owner of the State Beauty Supply at that time purchased my plane ticket, and I was able to make payments to her. When I got to the hotel, I had to spread it across 2 cards, part bank account, part credit card, because one of them was declined, which is very embarrassing in front of people. I also I packed ramen noodles in my suitcase, and I cooked them in the coffee pot in my room because I couldn't afford to eat out like everybody else.
Oh my God. And nobody knew that.
Nope. I just hid out, just pretended like I was an introvert.
So you go to the summit during the day, and I think they have, where was this, in Tampa?
Yes.
Oh, so that you can go in the kitchen and eat donuts and.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, so you're kind of grazing on their food, but you go home at night and for dinner you're cooking wiener water soup in your room in a coffee pot.
Yes, exactly.
And nobody knew. I mean that's how real it was
yeah.
for you.
I was too embarrassed to let anybody know what was going on.
Up into the place where you go and give a credit card to check in. What hotel was it?
It was a Marriott.
Oh gosh.
I didn't get to choose that either.
Yeah, and so all of a sudden you got one card decline, and so I was very humble. That's a very humbling story. And by the way, you're not the first attendee to tell me stories like that. I mean, I've had did interviews where people said, look, I couldn't afford a hotel. My partner and I slept in our car. We drove to the summit and slept in the car.
It's worth it.
Oh yeah, so
right.
You look back at that now, and then Kevin and I were talking, and he said to tell you how far she's come, you're taking big vacations coming up, and that's paid for. And he said something about, did you just like get into a house or something? Like you're in a place now that's 10 million miles away from that place.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We just went out to eat the other night, and it was kind of humbling I tipped 40%, and I just so crazy to be in a place where you can give back after you've struggled.
Yeah. So when did you start working with Kevin? And all of a sudden now I take a look and your crew it's already up to 6 people. Like, how'd that happen?
Well, I opened in 2019. I opened, and I had been to the summit in 2015. It just took me that long to get there to open a space. I call it the geographical location because it's in an office building. We don't have a storefront. So that's why I call it that.
Randy Kunkel would poke fun at people in the summit. He would say you're guiding them in. Of course, this was before the Google days where you're on the cell phone actually telling them what alleys they need to drive down and what elevator to get on. And no, you're on the wrong elevator. So you're back there going, yeah, that's kind of sort of where my location is.
Yes, it's exactly how it is.
And so you're still there.
Yes. But I knew that I just had to get my foot in the door somewhere, and
Yeah.
if I could open a salon, I could expand from there. So
Wow. And
it's reasonable.
but you say I've got an A+ location digitally. Talk about what that is.
Well, we're Google page one. I handle all of our Google, and social media is my thing, man. I've been doing social media since MySpace was a thing.
People probably, I bet you there's a whole bunch of people on tonight and that'll be watching this. They'll go, MySpace? What? Like, it was MySpace before it was Facebook, and that takes us way back to before it's like 2005, 2006.
Yeah. Yep.
And so you're saying that when you were an independent stylist back then, you were using MySpace to figure out how to get clients in your chair.
Yes, and even as an independent contractor, I opened my own Google page.
And so now you kind of took all that, you kind of like cracked the code. You got 2 Google pages, you got 2 Instagram pages, you've got your brand, the Willow Salon, right? Mm-hmm. And then you got Jayde the Hair Lady. Did I get that right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I'm going to hold your Jayde the Hair Lady. Now it's interesting. You got 12,500 followers there. You got just an extraordinary highlight library. The hair is off the charts. That looks like $150 tickets or more. And then when I put the Willow Organic Salon, you've got a nice presence there. Who does your Instagram branding?
I do our Instagram and our Facebook. We do use StyleNet. He helps me out a little bit with some Facebook posting and our website. And I just asked them to start our emails for us.
So StyleNet, did StyleNet build your website?
Yes.
So StyleNet built your website. You built your Google page. You built your 2 Instagram pages. You manage all of that content, right?
Yes.
And as a result, I mean, your new business and referral is off the charts. So, like you even said to me today, I said, "How'd your day go?" And you went, I own the joint, and I did 4 new clients."
I did.
Now, were they new to the salon or referral, that they were referred to you?
There was a mix of both.
So your people, how many of your people are now through the associate program and they're on the floor?
2.
So I would imagine that you're able to, the brand is strong enough where you're able to put, the brand puts guests in their chair to grow their clientele.
Yes, very quickly. I have one that leveled up in February, and she has grown her business. She's really close to leveling to level 2 very quickly because we get that much business.
So typically, like, how many days a week would she be working in the salon?
She works 30 hours.
30 hours a week. Mm-hmm. And inside of that 30 hours, how many new clients would be in her chair in that 30-hour week where the brand Willow is able to kind of, because that's seed. You're seeding her soil. On a typical week, what are we talking?
Oh, I would say minimum of 1 a day, but there's so much more than that.
Right. And she, on top of that, she's got referrals as well.
Correct.
Yeah. No, this is extraordinary. So, what's it like to be you now compared to a couple of years ago or so when, you didn't have 2 pennies to rub together?
It's very surreal. I can't believe that I'm here. It's very mind-blowing, and I have to remind other people, I was in your shoes not that long ago, and I can't even believe that I'm here.
Yeah. No, and I think you're just getting warmed up. That you're and you're following. You're just kind of following the track, the trajectory. Where do you go from here? What's next for you?
We plan on opening a second location in the near future. We're as you can imagine, inside 1,000 square feet, we're busting at the seams. But as we continue to grow and level up our service providers, we are really hoping to open a second location.
Wow. So there's, a lot of people watching tonight, sending you a lot of love, and then there's going to be, the replay will live on this page and live on my YouTube pages and Instagram pages and IGTV. A lot of people are going to be watching this, Jayde, and they're going to go, whoa. I can relate to her story. I can relate to her. I can identify with her, except they're at where you were. They're in a place that you're in a place that they're not at yet, but they're wondering if what's happened to you can and will happen for them. What might you say to them?
It absolutely can. It can. You just have to jump out there and do it.
Yeah. So we've got a couple minutes left. What are you doing to fuel the amount of new business that you're getting? What give us some secret sauce.
Promote. Even when you're busy, you should constantly be promoting. So always putting yourself out there. I post every single day, multiple times a day. You've got to get yourself out there. And I say you have to constantly remind people that you exist. Yeah.
So I'm going to tell people that are watching tonight that they should go to the Willow Organic Salon. That's one of your handles.
Yes.
And when you're saying promote, I would be studying and frankly stealing some ideas off of your Instagram page. And then also your Jayde the Hair Lady page too. There's just I'm assuming that's more your work. That's your page, yes?
Yes.
So you've got a page, and then Willow the Organic Salon is got a page. And I think when if anybody's watching and they're saying, what is she talking about? Promote. If they go to those two pages, they're going to go, oh, whoa. So I get what she's saying. Promote. So like I just hit your Instagram selfie highlight, and you probably have 100 slides. And that where your guests are doing selfies, and then they're actually you kind of branded that, so anybody that wants to heard of you and said, oh, I'm going to see what kind of work she does and how happy her guests are. I mean, you got an Instagram highlight that's devoted just to that.
Yes.
Unbelievable. So how many? You got like 4 or 5 people. What is the age range in your people? Are they young? Are we talking about on the front end of 20-something?
Yes.
So they're these Generation Z as in Zennials, and because they're they're like you, they're very social. They're growing very quickly, very rapidly.
They are very quickly.
And you do part of the PDMs, and then when Kevin comes in, you two do them so that you can continue to learn, how to continue to reimagine the PDMs.
Yes. Kevin helps me be a better leader.
Yeah. I love it. Well, listen, we're out of time, but promise me that you'll come back for an encore. I think you're getting warmed up. There's going to be sooner rather than later. You're going to be at $1 million, and we'll be able to say, remember I had you on when you were doing like 150.
Yeah, I would love to come back when that happens.
Tell us about your vacay. Where are you going on vacay?
Well, I don't know what vacay he was talking about, but we did go to Miami recently.
That's what he was talking.
Yes.
What he was talking about.
Yeah.
So you go to Miami just for a little bit of R&R.
Yep.
And when you checked into your hotel, you didn't have to worry about your credit card not working.
No, it was an Airbnb, but I didn't have to pack ramen noodles.
And then who's Tracy Harris Sawyer?
That's my mom.
Yeah, she just said your parents are very proud of you.
Aww.
Yeah, so you got your family sending you love. Well, listen, Jade, I know it's been a long day. I'm going to let you get a little dinner and get some rest, but thanks for coming on tonight, and I look forward to having you back. We'll be able to someday when I'll say, gee, I knew you before you were rich and terribly happy. I knew you when you were eating wiener water soup at the summit. All right, so thank you for coming on, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's give it up for Jayde Sawyer one more time, you guys. See you, Jade. Have a good night.
You too.
Oh, wow. Wasn't that fun? I just love those stories because they're so real. Like, you know, I mean, one of the things that Kevin Lane was saying is that a story like this tells people that there's no such thing as being too small to grow to work with a coach, to go to Summit. I mean, here's somebody that took her like 4 or 5 years just to, muster up the money to go. And then when she goes, she's, literally going back to her room and cooking noodles in a little coffee pot. So very humble. And, I've done a few summits in my day. So when she goes during the day, she's eating their food. So, I mean, it doesn't get any more real than that, my friends. It just really tells you how possible, what is possible when you really make the decision. So kudos to her. We're going to give it up one more time. And you're watching Michael Cole, Millionaire Stylist. We record everything we do. We edit it. We put it, keep it on the page for a replay. We also bring it to Michael Cole, Millionaire Stylist on Instagram, and we curate it. We cook it down to 5 minutes and put it on the IGTV channel. So make sure that you are able to watch that. I want to do a shameless plug for Summit Salon 365 because we're putting more and more of our newer production value, where we put a lot more time, energy, money into post-production. It's really our video courses, and I just putting a new piece of content, very, very enthused about it, called Michael Cole Mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness for a healthier, happier personal life and a wealthier career. And it's really, really, really some cool stuff. So check that out on 365. And if you're new to the community, Jade once upon a time was new. Schedule a 30-minute complimentary virtual consultation with our coaches, and we'll show you what's possible. Really happy about, proud of, because of L'Oreal Salon Emotion is powering this. We have a SalonCalcs.com, a lot of gamified calculators for setting goals to be millionaire, setting goals for 6-figure income, setting goals to save money, saving goals to get out of debt, and then they translate all these goals into behind the chair, what I need to do daily, behind the chair, how to plan, how to hit the goals, and it's all compliments. There's no charge. It's compliments L'Oreal. So take advantage of that as well. And Summit's an exclusive business partner of L'Oreal Professional. These are all of L'Oreal's brands. Please support them, because when you support them, it puts them in a much better position to continue to give us the financial resources we need to bring this to you. Compliments L'Oreal. So thank you, L'Oreal. Been a great show. I'm going to let you get on with your evening din. Thanks again to Miss Jayde Sawyer. Give it up for Jade. And got some more surprises coming your way. So we'll see you back in the room in a couple of days.